morning, everybody. Welcome in, all one of you. I kind of posted late, and I'm streaming late, so I don't expect many people to show up here. It's gonna be a short stream as well, probably. Jana's not feeling good today. Quinn's got a cold. It's only a matter of time before me and Abby get it, I'm sure. But I'm gonna try to get a little bit of level design stuff done, and then I'm probably gonna work for my iPad the rest of the day. I have some sculpting stuff too. I gotta make a snake. I gotta finish up the buffalo. It's almost there. I got, what else? Some NPC variations to make. I got things to do. So stuff that I can't do streaming because I can't share my iPad screen, not without a bunch of headache. And I don't want to do that because, yeah. Anyway, I feel really bad because I streamed last Thursday and I did not stream on YouTube. I never pressed the go live button. So I scheduled a stream and then it never went through. So that sucks. Also, I should have been live earlier this morning, a couple hours ago. But the dogs woke me up early this morning, and then instead of going back to bed, I decided to try Hightail. So I played that for a few hours. Anyway, this is what we're working on today. We've got, I think most of the desert blocked out. There's a trail now. It's only one real trail up into the mountains here. It would be nice if this branched off and there was like more options here. Like you can go up this way or something. I don't know, there's a lot of potential for more trail variations through here to get to the other side of these mountains, but I'm thinking about blocking some of them off and then we can just add more if we feel like it later. Like it'd be cool to do a trail up through here, right? Through like all this like grassy part. And then that could go into this section, I guess. That's a dangerous place. We probably shouldn't go there. We could go up into here. And then that could come out into here, which I'm thinking about making another option as well. Also, this could work as a one-way thing. So like maybe you get up here going the other route, and then this, like, you can drop a bridge down. We could make this so players can't get up here, and you have to hit a lever or something like that to drop a bridge down, and then you come down this way. And then you can choose to go this way or go back this way. That could work better, but that's one hell of a long trail to go all the way around. But, you know, maybe there's a bunch of points of interest that way. I kind of like that idea. And that could be kind of fun. We need, so this had foliage all over in it, and then when I moved the map around, all the foliage got dumped. So I tried for a couple hours to get the foliage back in, but I think it's just gonna be easier to paint it back in. So we're gonna have to paint some palm trees and stuff like that. What's up, Arrow? Welcome in. So yeah, lots of foliage painting. We might do that today. Oh man, I'm really tempted about this trail now. I just think that would be more fun. Like this route would be a lot more fun than the other route. But there's a lot of, we could even just like get rid of all of the grass right here and just make this all dirt up here. And then you can have like a view of the oasis area down here. It's also kind of nice because the whole game you've kind of just been following the river. And I guess this is sort of you're backtracking a little bit because you're going up the river instead of down the river now. But I don't think players will notice or care. It's good, isn't it, Arrow? I'm honestly really impressed with it so far. It feels really good for an early access game. I found one of the like, it's like a temple thing or something, I don't know what it is, and it has like a work in progress sign in front of it, and I stole it and put it in my base, and I'm like, this is awesome. it's so nice. Yeah, I want to play with Jana, but and I love the third person actually looks and feels really good too. And she can't play first person Minecraft anymore because it makes her sick, so I want to play with her, but we also didn't want to spend another $20 in the game. I spent the 35 or whatever it was for the supporter tier because I wanted the extra stuff and wanted to you know, help them out, because I don't know, I've been waiting for this game to come out for several years, so I thought I'd pitch in a little bit. I didn't do the expensive one though. I couldn't justify $70 on a game. But I will say some of the curse breaker like items and stuff you can get are really cool. Just to the 20, yeah, I don't blame you. That's, I'm sure if I don't think Gianna would care that much about the cosmetics either, so I'm sure she would just do the $20 if we decide to buy another copy. All right, you know what? Screw it. We're doing this. We're gonna paint this. Whatever. I need to click on the wrong. Hold on. I don't think this actually matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Paint. I think this is just dirt. Nope, not dirt. I regret doing that now. What is Hytale? Looks just like Minecraft to me. Also, hi. Hytale launched their trailer in like 2020. I think it was like right before Swords of Magic launched. Maybe it was before that. Maybe it was like 2018. Let's see. It was 2018. December 2018, the Hytale trailer launched, and within like 20 minutes it had millions of views. Right? Like day one it had millions of views. So Hytale is developed by Hypixel, which is one of the biggest like modding communities and like server communities in Minecraft, or was back then. I don't know if they still are. They announced the game, and it was basically just supposed to be a competitor to Minecraft at the time. And at the time in 2018, there was like a couple competitors, but nothing like Hytale. Hytale looked like totally different. It was like, I don't know, the trailer looks fantastic for it, and honestly the game feels right up the same alley. They also announced a bunch of really cool modding like support things. Like I think there's like a visual scripting modding tool and stuff, and like the art's just like way better, and they have actual like full character animations where they have knees and elbows, you know, which is like just leaps and bounds in technology, you know, compared to Minecraft, where they forgot to add knees and elbows for some reason. Wasn't it like 7 years ago? Yeah, it's been a long ass time. Apparently 8 years ago. Well, yeah, 7.5 years ago. Yeah. I don't know, 7 and 2 months. Whatever. Shut up. I'm done talking now. But the point is, it like had a lot of potential, and they could have released it like a few months after they announced the trailer. You know, maybe like 6 months later or something. But they didn't. They just kept working on it because they wanted to be perfect. And what ended up happening is Riot eventually acquired them. They bought out the rights to the game, and that's cool. But then they basically decided they were going to rebuild everything from scratch, and the game stagnated. And it took, I mean, it's still like to this. They actually just canceled it recently. So yeah, that sucks. Can I just erase this? That's what it is. I just need to erase this stuff. But I know you replace all these pieces too. Maybe I should just let the grass in here, because I gotta click every single one of these meshes and erase the... So players are also gonna try to go down and take this route, which is not gonna go anywhere. So we're gonna have to block that off or make it go somewhere. And that is the issue with this map, is that it's not designed for like one route to go through. So like, I like the idea that players will just follow the trail, but we all know that's not going to happen. Players are going to go wherever they feel like going. That's fine. We just have to account for it. Okay, there's that. They get up in here, they cross this river again. Then they get into this area, which actually has like dense foliage, and then we're gonna make this route lead them out to here. They can knock a bridge over and go back down, and then continue along the route. This route is gonna, because it's so much longer, because it is quite a bit longer than just going straight up through here. it should probably be a little easier, or yeah, probably a little easier. We probably need a few more like obstacles in here. It's not too hard to get up this hill right here. But I think we also add a bunch of POIs along the way, like a lot of opportunity to get like up, like not a lot of opportunity, but like enough opportunities that like, it feels good. It feels like it was worth it. Okay, how do we block the bottom route off though? We can make the river deeper and just not have a way across. But I just feel like players are gonna find a way across, right? They're gonna like get out, run and jump across or something. It's not really a big deal though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Arrow. I'm actually tempted to try to make a mod. Not like as of right now, I don't even know what mods you would want to make. I could see some potential for like, I don't know. There's an arcane workbench I haven't got to yet. Obviously, like I wanna like get through all the content there is, or most of it anyway, before I think about what a mod would add. But I think some sort of like magic or casting or something would be cool if I want to do like a mechanic mod. But I'm also just thinking like, I'm a 3D modeler. It would make sense and be kind of nice if I just like added like like more junk, you know, like more furniture, more stuff or whatever. Because more stuff is always wanted. Like I remember when I saw the Mr. Crayfish furniture mod for Minecraft, I was like, oh my god, I have to have a table and chairs, and I need a fridge in my house, and I need all this stuff. So I like lost my mind over that mod pack. I remember that mod. I was really excited about that. So maybe just something like that would be cool. Just something simple that just adds more stuff that you can decorate your house with. More storage would be cool. But I have a lot more to play first before I get into it. But I'm tempted to try it because I think this is like the best time to get into like modding a game, right? When it first comes out. So it just seems like a good idea. If I'm gonna get into it, this is the time to do it, you know. What if we just put like some pieces up here? If we just block that off, like literally that we could just do that. Well, save. Check those out. Really cool to see mods. It's already really good. What's up, Neo? Welcome in. Also, Shumi, also welcome in. And yeah, I was playing it for a few hours this morning, and I'm honestly really, I'm impressed by it so far. I think it's pretty good. Okay, there's still a lot of like weird grass issues up here though. I don't know what that is. Is it like sand? Desert sand? Ah. It is desert sand, but it's desert sand that hasn't been painted. There we go. Oh, does this not have a weight blend on it? It is. That's weird. That's fine. Looks good. So we need to get rid of all the grass on these things. Did we just... No, we'll get rid of it. That does not look good. Okay. Let's, just gonna paint some more grass in here just to break this up a little bit. It's just, honestly, like, it's just so weird that Hytale, like, launched. It's almost like when you're, like, thinking about, man, when I'm old, you know, I'm gonna do this thing or whatever, when I'm in my 30s, whatever, I'm gonna do this thing. And then, like, one day you wake up and you're like, oh my god, I'm that age now. It's like the future is here, you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just weird because, like, it's been so long. Like, I mean, like, Swords and Magic has been in development for the same amount of time the Hytale was in development. And Swords and Magic launched in 2020, 2 years after Hytale was announced. But now Hytale's finally out. It's weird. Did you find the movement tech with charge attacks in Hytale? Yeah. Well, I didn't find any, like, real movement tech. I'm using daggers, and so I like charging and, like, releasing. I didn't notice there was, like, any weird, like, jump skipping or, like, you know, RJL movement or anything like that going on. So if there is, that's cool. I've been hyping this game since I was 15. That's wild to think about, right? Isn't that crazy? And I was just complaining about it recently because I was telling people, like, Hytale's gonna, like, the hype died off because they stopped talking about it because I think they knew that it was, like, over, you know? And I was mentioning that, like, the people who were excited about it, when they were excited about it, were, like, teens in like, or, like, early 20s, whatever. And that was, like, what? It was 7 years ago. So yeah, I was 30 when it was announced. And I'm 37 now. Like, that's insane. Like, a freaking almost a decade later, it finally launched. So a bunny hop kind of thing. Nice. In charge attacks, you can launch and then hold space to maintain the movement. But, oh, okay. Yeah, leave it to you to figure that out. I'm not surprised at all. That's cool. Okay, let's switch over to here. Let's see if we have, like, a desert cliff non-grass. There it is. We want that. Desert cliff rocks. We're just gonna grab all of these that are in this area and swap them all out. Hopefully I can do it all in one fell swoop. Uh-oh, not that one. I must have grabbed another one that has 4 different materials. Okay. Shelves. Rocks. Rocks. Grass. Cliff. Okay. There's that section. We're not gonna do that one. We can just cover that with a rock or something if we need to. Did I grab the environment? I did. Okay. Okay, that solves that problem. And we blocked off that other route. There's definitely still ways to get to it. Like, players can just go this way, right? And get up through here. Do we care? I don't know if I care. What do you think, Warcraft? Are you still in here? Oh, run an ad. Oh, ad's over. Work, I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you were stuck in the ad, but... Oh, there's definitely ways for players to like leave the trail and get into like this area over here, which I wasn't going to go through and add a bunch of foliage to, because I just didn't think it was that important. Do we care about that, or should I block it off? Because like I can like block this section off. Just like do this actually. That stops players from like getting in there. Let me just throw a rock to block it for now. Yeah. If they go this way, they can fall off the map. We're gonna have to build some mountains over here. That's fine. Should we do these things, or should I'll just sculpt some mountains. It's fine. Where are we? Oh, we're on paint. Yeah. Okay, let's throw some stuff in there. Man, level design when I'm streaming is a huge pain. Dude. Very Tatooine. I kind of want to block this section off. Why do we have this weird edge right here? Is this the other landscape? Can maybe just smooth it down, or we just block it off. All right. Let's paint our path. I think I was using sand. Uh-oh. Did I paint on the wrong layer? I don't know what happened there. I don't know how I ended up in the wrong thing. There's a weird, like... There's a weird material here that's, like, not playing nice with the sand. It's okay. We can avoid it. It's fine. Players don't really have any other options right now anyway, so... Can players get up here? Probably not. Should we do some planks? Should we try... What else should we do here? Did I put my stream up if you want to try that shared chat thing? I don't know. I was thinking about it. I don't know if it might be confusing when you're trying to talk to your chat and also talking to me at the same time. I don't know how it works. If you want to try it, we can. It's your call. I don't know. I'm only gonna be streaming for another probably hour. I'm not gonna be streaming a whole lot today, or for super long. But that doesn't mean we can't try it. We can give it a shot if you want. We could also just do a multi-stream. Is that still a thing? No, that's not what it's called. What is that called? Let me Google it. What was that called? Dual stream? Asking GPT. Multi-Twitch. See, it is multi-stream. It's just, yeah. Classics that you drop in 2 Twitch channel names, and then it shows both streams side by side. You do multi-stream or multi-twitch.tv slash work 101. We could do this. So that link just opens up both our streams next to each other, so you can watch and listen to both of them. And then you have a shared chat. Oh, maybe it's not a shared chat. You have to switch between them. I swear it used to have a shared chat. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. We can do whatever. The stream together thing, if I can get it working, combines the chats and also adds our viewer count together. Oh, okay. Let's try it. You just want my 17 viewers, I get it. I see what's going on here. I'm just worried about, I don't want to just be like talking, like I talk the whole time I'm working, and like that's going to be annoying if one of us can be talking, I guess, right? Like if it just shares our viewers and we don't have to share chat or like or whatever. I don't know, that might be annoying too, because then like how are you supposed to listen to both people at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I know like I don't know. I think it'd be one thing if we were like playing a game because we'd be like talking to each other about it, but I just like talk as I work, and I don't know how to shut up. How do I get rid of this grass? It's not that grass. It's on that layer anyway. It's desert grass. And then that creates a weird problem. That's weird. Whatever, looks good. Let's see. Let's try another time. Twitch says it won't work without Chrome or Firefox. Oh, what do you use? Chrome will open on my PC now. Fair enough. Pretty sure we can mute each other, but yeah, let's do another time and plan it. Fair enough. Give me a DM on Discord if you have questions. We can do this another time. Yeah, no problem. Edge. Use Edge. Dude, who uses Edge? What is... What? I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe it's better now. I don't know. Edge is very... Don't get me started on it. Edge is not that bad. I don't know. It's always been like, you know, what was it? Internet Explorer? Microsoft? It's Microsoft Edge, right? So it used to be Internet Explorer, right? And that was like the default. And then like Firefox came out and I switched to that years and years and years ago. And then Chrome came out and it was like, well, why is anyone using anything other than Chrome? And I actually tried using, what's that like really edgy like gamer one that like just came out? It probably didn't just come out, but it's been out for a while. I can't think what it's called now. I tried switching to that one and I was like, yeah, it's got like this cool dark theme and it's like, this is way cooler and it's got all this cool features and stuff. And I used it for like a day and I never opened it again. It might be Opera, yeah. That sounds right. It's a little too edgy now. I don't know. Edge is based on Chromium. So yeah, so Edge has probably like changed a lot over the years. But I just remember when it was Microsoft or when it was Internet Explorer, it was really bad. That like no one used it. You pretty much used it to download Chrome. That was what you used it for. So and that's what I've just always been on that. In that same boat forever. Okay, how do we do this? I'm trying to think of like what sorts of challenges we want this to be. First, let's just drop our wagon at the beginning of this and see, one, how long it is, and two, how challenging it is without doing anything to it. Wagon. Nope. We're also going to get a sandstorm, I think, when I hit play, because we have that set up. You guys can give me feedback on it. I set up a new weather setting for it. Here it comes. It starts out looking a little snowy until the weather like hue comes in, or like the skybox tint comes in. Does this look like a sandstorm to you? I like that like all the grass starts like waving around and stuff like crazy. I have no idea when I saved last. And I don't know why it crashed. Oh, that really sucks. Player attribute set. Okay, I think I know why it crashed. I think it's my own fault. No. I use it mostly just because I can limit the RAM usage. Chrome eats my RAM on my 10-year-old toaster PC. Yeah, that's fair. What's up, Banto? Hello, I think the audio and camera is a bit distinct. Audio arrives early. I don't know how to fix that. You're not the first person to say that, but I've only heard it twice in a while. I don't know. I have no idea how to fix that. Try turning off and on your camera. Camera has been turned on and off. Is that better? Okay, we've generated project files. Now we're gonna open this. I did not generate project files, so I wonder if... You know what? Yeah, I bet that's what did it. I've been generating project files every single time I pull from Orca, and then I was like, this is stupid, so I asked GPT. I was like, why do I have to do this every, like, is there a better solution than doing this every single time? And it was like, oh, you shouldn't have to do it. Oh my god, this freaking sorry, I can't get a whole sentence out. It was like, you shouldn't have to do that because you should only have to do it when new C++ classes are added or whatever, or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's true, I guess. And I don't know how often he adds those. And so this time I was like, maybe I don't need to do that. So I tried it, and then here it is, a crash. So I probably lost some progress too. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, let me know if that didn't help. If it didn't help, I'll look at my settings, I guess, off stream. I have no idea what would cause it, and I don't know. I don't know enough about my stream settings, I guess. You'd think I would. I've been streaming since 2018. I've been streaming since Hytale was announced, since before that. I know how to fix it. Been a while. How do I fix it? Share your wisdom. Build. Probably gonna get a little laggy right now. That was so fast. Never mind. But you know your audio sources in OBS, just right click and advanced audio settings and add a sync offset to the microphone. Oh, that's a good way to fix it. I didn't think about that. Wrong button. Nope. Filters. Add. Is it not a filter? Hold on. Advanced audio properties. Oh, sync offset. Okay. How is that? Does that look better or sound better? I don't know how much to add. I might just go a little over. How's that? Is that too much? I don't know if this is even working like in real time. I think the audio is still too early. How's that? Is that better? You notice a difference? Still too early? Let's see if these had an autosave. Not sure, honestly. Is it Mike that you changed the sync on? Yeah, it is. But yeah, no, it should be working. Let's try that. How's that? Is that too much? That's a whole second. Do you even notice it? If you don't notice that, then it's obviously not working. It might not work until I restart. I doubt that though. It's better, I think. Okay. Oh, the trail's still there. Okay, that's the majority of the work that I didn't want to redo. That's fine. Or like beyond that, I mean. Okay, so really all we lost is putting a wagon in and hitting play. Let's turn our settings down even a little lower. I think it's just like the lighting, the lumen lighting just like tanks my performance. How far in development is this current project? 1 month in, and we're hoping 2 weeks from launch. No, I don't know. I have no idea when it's gonna launch. I'm the artist on the team, and I've just been contracted for it, so I don't have a whole lot of pull in it. Hold on, we're gonna turn off the. I just want to make sure this is doable without having to deal with the weather, and then we will. Oh wait, that's not here. It's this one. But yeah, we've only been working on this for about a month. I do all the art. I do not do the environment art. We decided to buy a pack because it would have taken months to build all of the content that we get in this pack for a fraction of the cost. Oh God. Okay. Right off the bat, I guess that's just me being too careless. Let's try that again. This is the third biome. I think the first two are finished. Well, I guess we need points of interest on the first or the second one still. That's not quite done. And then we need buffalo too. And I'll be working on those later today. I just want to do a little bit of level design on stream because that's fun stuff to do on stream. What do you do in the game or the NDA? I can tell you everything about the game. There's no NDA. So it's an Oregon Trail. I think I crashed again. Huh. All right. Well, let's grab our crash logs and find out what's going on here. I definitely generated project files and built that time, so I don't know what could be causing this. There's got to be an issue with the new disease system that Worker just put in. I'm just DMing real quick. I'm just going to copy these and send over, and then I will go grab actual crash logs. Okay. Saved. Crashes. Sure. That's fine. Look at the player BP. Maybe I didn't get pushed. Yeah, there's the crash log issue on it. Send and restart. Anyway, sorry, Banto. The game is it's like Oregon Trail meets RV There Yet. So it's like a friend slop game with an Oregon Trail theme. So you start basically naked with some money, and you buy supplies to load up your wagon with. It is multiplayer, obviously. Hold on. Player BP. What am I looking for? With the ability system component, I'm looking for disease effects in the array. Hunger, illness, sprint, regen, male character. Oh, default abilities. I see nothing other than illness. Oh, disease effects. Measles, dysentery, cholera. My guess was, because it was about 30 seconds in, that it was definitely a disease starting that was causing the crash. It looked like they're there. Looking at the code now. Yeah. I'm assuming you can play for longer than 30 seconds because you were testing this on stream yesterday. Let me open the level. So yeah, there's okay, so you gather and get to destination, sort of. Yes, it's there's a survival elements as well. You have to eat, you have to use medicine if you get sick, etc. I'll show you kind of the broad overview as soon as this kind of settles. So there's 4 biomes. You start clear over here in this little camp, this little whatever you call this, and then there's going to be shops in some of these buildings. These are just like thrown in here so we have like something to work with when you test. Each player, I think, is going to have their own wagon that spawns in, so it'll be like 4 wagons. There might just be 4 wagons hanging out in town here that you can just take. I'm not sure yet. And then you'll go into the shops and you'll buy like food, clothes, medicine, rope, bandages, and then there's a money bag, which is your cash that you'll start with. If you don't get your cash to the next place, you don't have cash to buy things with, which is a problem. But yeah, the like along the trail you'll find like wild animals that can either attack you or just run from you, and you can hunt them. There's points of interest, like this guy right here is a point of interest, so he may or may not spawn. There's like, I think there's like 6 points of interest in the first zone, and then like there's a chance for like 3 of them to spawn or 4 of them to spawn or something like that. So sometimes you get different runs. And then they drop like, they'll have like this guy's a random item here, which is clothes, but it can randomize between medicine, clothes, food, etc. I believe you're gonna be able to make like camps and cook food along the way, because you can hunt food, but you get raw food. There's multiple routes you can take, so you can choose your path on the trail. Different paths will obviously have different like points of interest and different like challenges. Like this one is just filled with a bunch of like annoying like routes to go through, which is honestly not that big of a deal. And then there's a big rock slide here, which could turn into like, sorry, go back, you know, whatever. But sometimes this isn't loaded. If it's not loaded, then you get this, and you can just go through. Which leads you to a big like hill here that sometimes yeets you off the cliff if you're not driving safe. Then there's another like little family up here who's like hanging out, and you can steal their wagon if you need to. I figured sometimes players might lose their wagon off the cliff here, so it'd be kind of fun to have to steal. You could steal someone else's. And you can steal their stuff too, and they'll have dialogue and you can talk to them and everything. But yeah, you get through this trail and you go into the next biome, which is the plains. I think this is my favorite one so far. I think they're really cool looking. There's a lot of cool like scenic spots in the plains, I think. This whole area is going to be like covered in buffalo. So the first section here will be relatively safe. Here, there's going to be a bunch of buffalo. If you take the right path here, you'll pretty much avoid all the buffalo. They won't really like bother you. And then over here, there'll be a bunch. So you're going to be like, if you go this way, which is much faster, obviously, you're going to have to deal with buffalo all the way along the path. The buffalo will just charge you and just knock your wagon over, which you can pull it back over with a rope, but the buffalo, I assume, will also like trample you and kill you, and then that sucks. Or you can take the right path, which is a lot more difficult and a lot longer, so you have to use up more resources, but it's also safer if you don't want to deal with the buffalo. And then you get to the desert, and that's what we're working on today. And there's a lot of like winding like canyons and stuff, and we're working on what the paths are going to be for this. So my first thought is I want dynamite to blow those rocks up. If I have dynamite, that would be really cool, actually. But feature creep. Okay, sorry. They look like they're there. Can you try and run the game using GM in-game and see if it still crashes? Sure. So it's about 30 seconds or so in that it crashes. Did I fix these gates? I think I did. Yep. We gotta fix that that tree. We gotta fix that too. I think I'm gonna make those a little taller so your camera goes under them. I don't know. They're like right at the perfect height so your camera hits them every time, and it's really annoying. The arches when you leave and enter town. So you can see in the bottom left, I have like a lot of health right now, but my sickness is like starting to take over some of that area. Will there be many tools to allow different traversal options? Yeah, feature creep is dangerous. Yeah, right now, so I think the plan is to launch in early access. I'm not, like, once the game is like done and like ready to launch, I'm pretty much off the team, which is fine. I've just been contracted to do the art. So once my level design is done and my characters are finished up, then I'm pretty much done here. So I don't know exactly what the plan is for like long term, but I'm pretty sure we're doing early access. Oh, there's the crash. Yeah, so it's like a minute in or so. Orca. I'm gonna ask GPT to look at the logs really quick. Which one is it? Is it this one? Is this the one that actually hears about? I spelled identify identity. It might not. I think it's this log, but they might need the dump file. I don't know. I would say for now, just use God mode for testing until we figure out why you're crashing. It's clearly when it tries to apply disease to you. Yeah. It would just be, I'm gonna ask GPT because it might tell us exactly what line it's on or something. Who knows? And it's not crashing for you, I'm assuming. It might just be like something just didn't get pushed. Orca, probably something in the C++ files. I'm not actually seeing a crash. There's a fatal error, unhandled, or call stack anywhere. Oh, there's not. Weird. Switch statement failed to match case for index property, temp byte variable. in my POI manager. Wouldn't that be funny if that was the issue? I mean, I don't know why that would crash like a minute in. That handles something at the beginning of the game and is done. So I don't think that's it. But if there's a switch, there's an incorrect variable in there, we should look at that. It's weird it didn't find a crash though. But I did have to switch from that old enum to the location enum, so maybe that's the problem here. That's the same one. Ah, it's probably this. I don't know why that would matter. I mean, what could this possibly give you? I don't know, whatever. I don't think that's an issue. Swords, Magic and Stuff was released over 5 years ago. Time sure flies fast. Wow. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It was released in 2020 and it's now 2026. So yeah, it's coming up on 6 years. Speaking of that, we have a plan to finish it. Unfortunately, it's either going to take a year of like full-on pain and suffering from me, like to finish Bone Reach and all the other stuff I got to do, or it's just gonna be I'm just gonna chip away at that for the next couple of years. I don't know yet. Part of me is really tempted just to launch it with either a dumbed down Bone Reach or no Bone Reach. And then add it as like a DLC later or something. Or just a free update probably, because it was supposed to be in the game from the beginning. Really did the style of Swords and Magic of the Swords game, reminding me of a bit of the game Stonehearth. Yeah, I love Stonehearth actually. I was probably influenced pretty heavily by Stonehearth, to be honest with you. Also, veteran illness rate down, so you're gonna want to use God modes anyways. Yeah, I always try to do that. In Swords and Magic, we've integrated all of our debug stuff into our actual chat program, so our chat system. So I always hit enter to just open chat instead of actually using the. Oh, let's fix our. Hang on. Set weather back to clear. And then God mode again. But yeah, we gotta finish Swords of Magic here soon. It's like it's very close. Once we get the skill trees in, there's not a whole lot left to do really. Oh my god. My little brother and I actually have been talking. He wants to learn to make games, so him and I have a little bit of a game planned out that he wants to make. Very story-driven, single player. Nothing super crazy yet, but I don't know when we'll actually be working on it, but he has some plans already. Astro muted, but that is really odd. You're crashing. I just tested this map in my editor and had no issues and died of dysentery. Well, yeah, I don't know. Gotta be something to do with perforce. Like I just didn't get a file or something, or maybe something didn't. Who knows? That water's a little too deep probably. We might have to put something across it easier. This is, I mean, it's a rough trail. It's definitely not like super easy to go down, but it's not like crazy. This part might be impossible. I think maybe if we go up to the side like this. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, so we need to figure out how we're gonna get up this. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we can do it without making some modifications, so we will probably do that. We could easily just smooth it out. That would be fine. Well, maybe we can do it. That doesn't mean we should keep it this way. But yes, it's doable. Oh boy. Maybe this is, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, we can't do that. Also, this needs some smoothing out. We're in the wrong one. Just smooth this section out and then smooth this section out maybe. Now you've got like a little bit of a switchback, but I guess that doesn't really. Hold on, let's go back. Control Z for like environment or landscape editing is super annoying, but so what if we do this side and then this side? Looks like we can just go up right there though. Let's do flatten. Trying to get the edges to work there. And we'll just put a rock in there instead. If we make this the route, and we put the path here, and then we put like some rocks in the way. We can make it a POI, I guess we wanted to. We could just be like, sometimes there's an issue there. I wish there was a way to get like back up if you fell down here, because then we could make this like. This is not terrain. It'd be cool to like have to cross in front of this waterfall or something. I find it hard to believe we can actually get through here too. Seeing sand makes me wish it had something similar to Mudrunner, like maybe getting stuck in quicksand. Oh, that'd be cool. Works on my machine, right, reckoning? Do you guys think if we smooth this out right here, I think we can get up here and then up through this little section here? We can try it, right? Okay, we need a rock. Oh. We're gonna put some rocks right here. that, and then maybe too big. Okay, so you go this way, make that tight turn, and then people will follow the trail, which we need to paint over here. Let's fix our trail. I don't even know if this is gonna be possible to go up here. It's looking pretty treacherous. Let's go sculpt. Let's smooth this a little more. I'm on the wrong layer, that's why it's being stupid. There we go. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, let's try this. I have to remember to do God mode every single time we hit play. Otherwise, we're going to crash the engine. All right. Yeah, this is already looking crazy. Maybe not. This isn't as crazy as it seems. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go. Like, I'm guessing people are gonna go the other way though. Let's go back down. Everything's fine. That's how I meant that to happen. So let's go this way. Oh, slow down. If we block that off, how hard would this turn be? Oh, no, 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 no. Possible. I mean, we can block the other way off. What if we put two POIs right there? Oh, but then there's a chance that they'll both be blocked off and you'll have to go all the way back. That would suck. Oh god. It's so... Nope, nope. Trying not to flip it because you have no way to flip it back over other than restarting is like... That's the game right there. Okay. We got this. We did it. I'm like holding my breath. We got it. We got it. We're there. We did it. That was nothing. Easy. Easy peasy. That's cool. No, that part of the trail is fun. And then we'll cross the river here. We'll, I don't know if we'll make players like float the river here. That could be kind of cool if it was just little, uh-oh. 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 No, we can't do that. Okay, so we'll put a bridge there. We'll put a little bridge there, and then let's do that right now. Oh wait, actually, it's fine. We'll just grab like this guy. We need something in the middle to like bridge. I don't think the plank's gonna be long enough. Oh, without really skewing him or stretching him out. Oh, this is gonna be really difficult to get over the top of. Let's spin it around so the bumpier side will, there we go. That's better. I want it to be challenging, but not like impossible. Wait, did I somehow just... Oh, I created a second component on that. I mean, that's not a big deal, but it was an accident. That's like something that I would have done like 3 years ago and been like, I have no idea why these are stuck together now. What did I do? This like just ever so small bump on the rock is probably going to cause so many headaches getting over this. But that's okay. Okay, that works. Let's double check that the width is correct though. Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah. I feel like I have a pretty good eye for it now, but okay, I don't want to go up here again, but I am kind of tempted. Maybe we'd put like a rock slide here that's a POI. Now let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. If players like decide to follow the path, they'll have a more difficult time. If they decide to go up this way, they'll be like, haha, that was easier. I figured it out. And then that's what it is. I don't know why that happens sometimes. It happens like 1 in 10 times I place the wagon. Okay, God mode. The Baron's music was this with this environment is a vibe, right? It really is. I'm kind of sad I canceled my WoW sub, actually. I just canceled the other day. Should we make players like go over here to cross? Oh, this is kind of sketchy. I kind of like it though. Is this, oh, is that even possible? Make that a little easier, I think. No, that ain't possible. Okay, I kind of like it though. I think this is... I think we can do this, and then we'll put like a bridge going down this way. And then what if this was just like, what if you could easily just like drive over this, but the trail went up this way, and players could just bypass this super sketchy part? Be kind of fun. Actually, this is a rock. Let's just move this just ever so slightly like this. I think that's gonna make it possible, but still difficult. And then let's put another rock. Let's grab this guy. Move him down here. Scale him way down. How do we make this fun and challenging and something kind of new? What if we do like this? And we put another one on the other side, and you have to like... I'm not worried about like what the bottom looks like yet. We'll clean that up, but I want to just... make this fun somehow. This looks so sketchy. But is that what we want? Should we try it? I don't even know how you would like approach this, because you can't like go straight on to get both wheels down at the same time. So you kind of just have to like ramp off this way, and then you're gonna fall and then hope that you can like correct yourself. Sketchy can be fun. Oh yeah, sketchy is definitely fun. All right, let's try that, and then we gotta try this too. Oh, I guess we did this part. That was easy. That's okay. Mode activated. Oh, it's good. It's all good. Put a point of interest down there too. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, that's really sketchy. And if you tip off that, you fall right into the water. I like it. That was good. Okay, how do we do this? I think we just go for it. Yep. That looked way sketchier than it was. That actually was not that bad. But I liked it. I think that was cool. I think we leave that. I actually wonder if we should like pull this back a little more, make it a little more difficult maybe. And then we need a way to get down from here. This is our terrain, so we could just make a ramp. Let's do that. We should save. I didn't change anything about that. These games have so much potential for fun level design, but also challenging. Yeah, honestly, I was having fun doing the modeling for this game, but when I started doing level design, I was like, man, I miss doing level design. Because I do level design a lot for Swords of Magic, but like the levels in that are just not as like exciting to build. I don't know, I guess they kind of are. There's something about like building level design that you know like a wagon's be going down that makes it like really fun. I don't know. I think this game's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope. Okay, let's just do a ramp. Actually, hold on. Let's flatten first. We'll just like flatten right here. Cool. We'll smooth that out a little bit, and then we'll flatten over to here. Not to make a huge mess with all this stuff. Okay. Smooth. Cool. And then we'll just do a ramp. Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like players deserve a little bit of a... Do we do a ramp? Do we do something more challenging? Like you get up onto here and then what? Like you switch back around here and then... You know what'd be really fun? What if we had two of the planks? Hold on. What if we did something like... Where are those? These things. What if we had like... That's so huge. Let's see if we can... What if we had something like this? It's too big. Maybe? Oh, going the wrong way. Over here. Honestly, let's do this instead. Music's kind of loud, sorry. Okay, what if we had something like this? I might put grass on top of it if we can. And then we have our planks, which are here. What if they were like really long? And we did something like this. And then what if we made them, this is still not long enough, or maybe we just need to make this taller. Do you see where I'm going with this? Oh, we're gonna ad break. This needs to be a little skinnier. Then you drive up here onto these, and these are both, we could set these up in a blueprint. So they were like, we just give them like a physics anchor in the center so they can't be knocked off, which would be nice. But when you drive up on them, they can tilt. So they have to like, you drive up on them slow and then it tips down and you go down. Hold on, I have Discord covering the screen. That would be interesting. And then we could use this later too, the same mechanic we built this. Or we can have like a, just like on a fulcrum, right? That's the word, right? Yes, I think so. Where you have to like drive up one side and it tips down the other side. That would be really fun. And we could do that in other spots as well in this area. I kind of like it. I say let's build it and see what it looks like. Right? Let's just go to actors. We'll just, it shouldn't be hard and it should replicate no problem, I think. And I mean, if it doesn't, we can just send it over Worka and be like, hey, can you build this for us? And if he doesn't want to, then we'll just make this a ramp down. Who cares? What do we call this? Like teeter totter or something like that? Teetering planks? Sure. Let's make sure, actually it doesn't matter. So all we gotta do is add 2 static meshes. Plank 01. Make this a plank. We need a scene component to create a pivot point from that this would actually attach to. Okay. Attach. Plank attaches to this. We need to make this. Actually, let's just grab the scale from this one. And I love that I can like shift right click in here. It's so good. It's not something you can do in UE4. Okay, and then we want to move this back by half the width. About there. Doesn't need to be perfect, but move it over like that. I think it needs to be a little wider. Duplicate it. That's too wide. This might need to be a little bit more narrow still, which I know is going to look really janky. I'd be better if we have 2 of them. What do you think? I mean, is that going to look like ridiculous if we have 2 of these? If we go over here and grab like this one. I don't know. like who the hell goes down the Oregon Trail and builds this as like this is the path to go? But I kind of love that sometimes, because it's just like it totally throws you out of like the like you're just like, yeah, whose idea was this? Oh, I don't know. That's fine to me. Okay, let's move this down just a tiny bit more. I'm being picky about it, but okay, now let's go back into our blueprint. I think this is about the right size. Let's just double check, I guess. Wagon. No, it's too wide, too far apart. Oh, it's pretty close. Let's go just a tiny bit more narrow. I think that's about where we want it to be. Okay. I don't know how to do this. This is a physics constraint, I think. Yes. I don't think this needs to be attached to anything. I've done this a few times, and I think like every single time I do this, I end up thinking it needs to be attached to something, and it doesn't. I think you just have... There's two components. We need two of these then, probably. We'll duplicate it after we have one working. Actually, I guess, yeah, we have two components. One is a scene component. So these actually shouldn't be compared to the scene either. Oh, maybe they do. Yeah, we need another scene component. We're gonna call this one the fulcrum. I'm almost positive this is called the fulcrum. You guys can correct me if you want. I'm pretty sure this is called the fulcrum. Okay, so our physics constraint has two things. Component one is the fulcrum. And number two is, I think it's just called scene. We're gonna call this plank pivot. Instead. Okay, and then we don't have bones on it, so that shouldn't matter. Position, I don't think does anything. Okay, we only want to move in what? The y-axis. Those are linear. We want all those locked. Swing motion, we want. Twist motion is locked. Swing motion 1. I don't know which direction this is. It doesn't tell me. Angular rotation offset. I don't know which one this is. So let's just lock the second one and see. Does it show us? Yes, that's right. Right? Oh wait, that also looks right. I do not know which is which. Also, should this be limited? I don't think so. I think physics should limit it, right? Dude, I have no idea which one is which. Let's just do locked and free. That's fine. We'll try one first, and if it's not right, then we'll do the one. Linear motor. I don't think we want that. We'll just turn it off. Whether the specified strength is accelerated or force, that doesn't matter. Swing limits we don't care about. We do care about stiffness though, but why is that? Maybe because we don't have a limit? I don't know. Fine, let's just try it. The question is, how do we replicate this, and can we? If we just replicate this and we just replicate movement, does movement location, we don't care about that. Maybe we do. I don't know. Let's just replicate it and see what happens. Okay, let's delete you. Let's just test this by jumping on it first. Hold on, let's save. Before I forget to turn on God mode one of these times and then we crash. Not only are you gonna like go rolling down this thing like crazy, but you also have to then stop before you just like go into the drink. What's it called? Go into the drink. Before you take a bath. Okay, God mode is on. This is doing nothing. Okay, so that's not working. Might be because this is needs to be off the static mesh a little bit more. Let's just try that, I guess, before we go anywhere. Oh, and we also don't have physics turned on. We have to turn on physics. That might be the actual only reason this is not working. Okay. Let's try simulate physics. We have angular damping we can do. By the way, can I just say 99% of people in game development who deal with physics at all always say dampening. They read the word dampen. It's not dampen. It's not dampening. It's damping. It's so funny. I don't know when I learned it because I also said it wrong. Worka said it the other day wrong. It's just funny. So many people say it wrong. Let's do angular damping. Let's do like 0.2, I guess, for now. It's actually let's keep it on 0 for now, make sure it works, and then we'll start turning it up as we need it. Up. Okay, it worked. Oh, this is rolling though. Yo, that's so good. It's definitely also rotating though. Not the way we want it to. And this one's rolling too. Let's I want to try this again. We're gonna add a second player and see if this is working. Oh god. It's definitely just gonna fall off there. Why is this not? Hold on. I guess we do need constraints on the physics constraint. But how? It says linear motion should be locked, so it shouldn't be able to like fall off. Twist motion is locked, and it should only be moving in one direction. Is this not actually doing that? Maybe this isn't working. Maybe it's because we're using the plank pivot. What's up, Animosity? How are you? Maybe we can't use a pivot. Maybe we actually just... Actually, it doesn't even matter if we have the pivot points. Maybe we just get rid of that. Should we? What if we just try plank 0, 1 instead? Let's just try this. And I don't know if we can use the scene component as a fulcrum. I think we can, though. I did not press the button. This isn't doing anything. Turned it on. Oh, okay. Okay, I think we got it. I think we just have the wrong one. But the other one moved also. You know what? This might just not be working because maybe not actually. I think it's working. Oh. Oh. Okay, we have a range on it apparently. Or something. Something is hitting it and stopping it from bouncing all the way down. Uh-oh. Illness contracted. Did I not use God mode that time? And it didn't crash. That was weird. Oh yeah, okay, look. Now we have the... I didn't notice that. Okay, that's working. Honestly, maybe we just merge these planks together. I don't know. I kind of like that they can operate separately. Because then we can even just make like one plank, so like players have to like walk across. It'd be kind of fun. Oh. Let's just duplicate this. And this one is plank 02. But we should have fixed the rotation. I'm confused though. This has why are there shouldn't be swing limits? And why are they grayed out? There's no, I don't want any motors going on. I'm so confused. Angular rotation offset. How come, okay. There must be some sort of collision or something going on that's stopping it, right? I guess we can get rid of this pivot now. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. We need to try 2 players too. No, it's still stopping. That one's not. Is it this? Maybe it's this mesh. Oops. Okay, let's try maybe moving this mesh down a little more. Maybe that's just... we just get rid of it completely. I didn't turn on God mode. Yep, okay. That mesh is in the way somehow. Okay. It's fine. Okay, let's try the 2 players. 2, thank you. I have a feeling it's just gonna work, but who knows? And I gotta be quick because I don't think, well, I guess I can turn on God mode both. Maybe. Looks like it. Okay, server first. He'll go on the right side. That worked. Client. Client seeing this, sorry. Looks like it's right to me, except we're still getting that stupid... the thing is still getting stuck. Let's try turning, like rotating this maybe. That. We can also like go in and like modify the collisions on this maybe. Okay, multiplayer seemed to work. Now let's try it with the wagon. That just works. That's awesome. And it looks like it did. God mode. I have to reposition this a little bit. Wait, why is this not affecting it? Why? Like, what? And then it moves down? Why? Someone tell me why. Are you kidding me? That was so good. It's such a fun idea. Why didn't it work? Come on, man. And then like the second it like kicks off, then it moves. Why? All right, let's go ask Worker to watch our stream for a second. I just wrote, hey, watch this. Well, first, this does this, which is awesome. And both work. Like it's all working just fine. Cool. But when I get on the wagon, the wagon seems to like not have any weight to it, so it doesn't tip. And when I get to the end, it moves it down, and I don't know why that is. This is a blueprint. I just tested in multiplayer, and it does seem to be working just fine in multiplayer. It's literally just 2 static meshes with a fulcrum scene component and then 2 physics constraints for each of those. I don't know if I can use 1 physics constraint. I probably could if I merged these, but then they couldn't move independently. I don't know why would, I'm assuming this is the vehicle system that's causing that to not move. And it would be nice if that worked, and I don't know if there's a way to fix it. I'm gonna leave this like this for now, and if we can't fix it, if you don't know how to fix it or whatever, and whatever, then we'll just scrap it. Who cares? Yeah, I'm assuming it's a vehicle system too. I just wonder if there's a way to fix it. There probably is. Maybe it's a good question for the guy who made it. I think that's the guy you were talking to that one time in stream. So anyway, this is a cool idea, but yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we'll leave it at that. That back and bacon guy. Yeah. That's what I thought. So I don't know. Maybe if seems like you have a bit of a relationship now, you can like ask him if you want. This does float a little bit. Otherwise it like gets a weird collision and like doesn't float all the way down. But either way, I think we can use this for other places too. And now it's a blueprint, so I can just drag it in, which is cool. It's called teetering planks. So you can just throw it in wherever you wanted, if we wanted to use it more. I don't know, I just had an idea and I thought it'd be cool. So, yeah. But if it doesn't work for the wagon, that sucks. But we can still use it for like other places where like the player needs to like walk to certain locations. And there's like, you know, it's like teetering, whatever. I don't know, that could be kind of fun. But anyway. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Bye. Okay, I like this route. We're not done yet though. Let's leave. Yeah, let's not. Let's get rid of this guy because he can't go down that thing anyway. I wonder if the players, like, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say maybe if the wagon went up and then a player walked right over on the edge of it, I wonder if it would tip down enough because the players are affecting it. But AZ Paintball, you from Arizona? AZ Paintballer Gaming 1. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Yep, cool. I lived in my wife's from Arizona, born and raised, and then I moved there to move in with her in Tucson, and then we lived in Mesa for a while until we moved to Washington about 8 years ago. Washington State. But I miss the food in Arizona. The food in Mesa, around that area, around like the Phoenix area, some of the best food ever. Okay, we need... Maybe we'll just do another bridge across this. I don't know. Because it's all... Well, the problem is the player's going to get up here, and I'm afraid if they go across a bridge... Should we just build another one of those that you can, like, just push over? I live there too and agree. The birria... I cannot say it properly. Birria tacos from taco trucks are unmatched. Oh, yeah, for sure. Mexican, my goodness, but I now live in Scotland. Oh, wow, okay. That's cool. That's why the change. How do you like Scotland? That sounds fun. Okay, so we get down here. We've got to get back up here somehow. Should we have players go all the way around and then somehow back up? Or should we just have it go down and back up? We could honestly just go across here too. Now I think we should have a point of interest in here. It'd be kind of fun if there was like I don't know. The food is out of this world over here, especially haggis. Oh, I bet. That's awesome. Not Shadow. Thanks for the follow. Wait, did you follow? Is that a follow? Why didn't it pop up in my chat? That's weird. Oh, it did follow. I'm crazy. Hi, welcome in. What are we making? This is a how do I explain this? This is a friend slop game. It's sort of like RV There Yet meets Oregon Trail. More like Oregon Trail meets RV There Yet, I guess. This is the world. It's about 3/4 of the way done ish. You start in this little trading post here. You have some money to start with. You can buy clothes. You start naked. You can buy medicine, food, bandages, rope. There's also rope in the game that you can attach to your wagon to pull it around, which is nice and super handy. And then you can invite your friends. So you can have up to 4 players. Then you open up this gate and you head out onto the trail and you try to survive without starving to death or getting dysentery until you get to the next trading post. And the trail is quite treacherous. There's multiple paths you can take. It branches a lot of places. There's some crazy routes you can take. The wagon gets pretty hard to control when you're going fast. You also have oxen, which I believe you'll have to... I don't know if you have to feed them, but they will have like health and they can die. But that part hasn't been fleshed out yet. I'm just the artist on the team. I was hired. I'm like a contract artist, so I'm not actually part of the official studio who is making this. But I will say it's made by Warka101, if you know who that is. He's actually live streaming right now. You can check him out on Twitch. He's doing programming stuff, if you rather watch programming than level design. And his studio is co-owned by Deadmau5, the like EDM artist, if you know who that is. So it's a decent, like, it's a serious game studio. It's still indie, but serious. Oh, and there was an ad break. So of course you guys didn't hear probably any of that. Looking good, got an ad. Yeah. Sorry. If you want more clarification or more information, I will tell you. But yeah, it's basically just Oregon Trail. You buy a bunch of supplies, you try to survive and not get dysentery and die. Yeah, welcome back. You should post it to console. It'd be sick. I would play it on Xbox for sure if it's an Oregon Trail game. My goodness, I love Oregon Trail games. Yeah, I think this would go really well on console. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they have there's gamepad or controller support yet, but it shouldn't be hard to do. The controls are pretty simple. There's no reason to need a keyboard and mouse. So I think gamepad will be a for sure thing, and it wouldn't surprise me if this ended up on consoles. It wouldn't be hard to do, and this is like a perfect game for consoles. So But yeah, it's basically Oregon Trail. You'd have to float across the river. In fact, I need to get working on that. I need to make there's going to be barrels that like, as soon as your wagon hits the water, there's going to be barrels that like inflate from the side. It'll just be like kind of goofy. And then you have to basically play like a balancing mini game to not flip your wagon in the water. Because if your player ends up in the water, you die. Just like straight up. There's no swimming, nothing. So you get to float across this really big river here. That'll be fun. When you get into this zone, I love this zone. I think it's beautiful. But unfortunately, most of the beauty is covered up by the weather effect that happens when you get in this zone. I think I'm going to try to convince Worka to make this happen only in like part of the plains. So you actually get to see the biome without the fog. It just kind of takes out the beauty of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but I think this area is like really pretty. Oh yeah, and you can get struck by lightning too, which is a big problem. The lightning it has like a prediction thing, so it should spawn in front of you sometimes. But it also has like a random variation too. So the chances of it spawning directly in front of you is pretty low, but it should spawn in the vicinity of like where you're running most of the time. So you have to dodge it kind of. It's like every 15 or so seconds, so it just spawned kind of on top of me. I'm gonna have to turn the radius down a little bit. Let's actually look at that. I think what we should do, it's a little sloppy in here. Oh no, it's not. I cleaned it up. So 60% of the time it grabs the player's exact location and then just spawns in a radius around them. And then the rest of the time it does, it calculates a distance in front of the player. But I think if it does the distance in front of the player, I think we should promote this to a local variable. Spawn on top of player, I guess is a fine name. Sure. Sorry, now we're doing programming. Very sporadic in here, I guess, today. I also need to pee because I drank the whole LaCroix in like 30 seconds flat. I started with some stuff in Unreal myself. Would you have any tips on starting and not getting burnt out? Yeah, I do actually, because I'm king of burnout. I've been working on the same game. Don't ask me how I've done this. I don't have a really great answer for you. But I've been working on the same game since 2018. It is in early access. It launched in 2020, and it's been in early access, and I've been doing update, like a major update at least once a year. For a while, we had a team of 5 people, and now it's down to me just solo because the game doesn't make as much money anymore. It's called Swords of Magic and stuff. It is on Steam. You can buy it today. It was just on sale. I don't think it's on sale anymore. I think the sale, like the Steam sale, just ended for like the holiday sale. But it goes on sale quite often, so you can wishlist it if it looks like something you want to buy and buy it when it goes on sale. But yeah, the 1.0 update is supposed to be coming out late this year or early next year, depending on how much work I want to cram in. There's a lot of work to do. So yeah, what I would recommend if you're just starting in Unreal Engine, this is, at least for me, this is how I learned. First of all, I'm more like visual focused, so blueprints for me is like huge. I love blueprints. But I am a big proponent of like making learning like gamified, like gamifying your learning sort of. And I don't mean like, you know, keeping track of like what you've learned and like leveling up and stuff like that. I mean like when I started making games, when I was like first learning, I would get really frustrated because I didn't like know how to do things, you know, and I had like these big grand visions and I couldn't like execute on them. But what I suggest doing is like taking learning the very basics, like the minimum amount that you have to like learn, like what is a Boolean, you know, like how do you do variables, whatever. And then how do you like communicate between blueprints? Take like the bare minimum like knowledge from like a single tutorial or whatever, and then just make whatever within those constraints, whatever you can, right? So if you're like, oh, okay, I know how to do variables now, so I could like, you know, make a character level up or something when they do a certain thing and just add one to their level or something. So I can make a game around that and then just make that game, right? So that way you're like, you're going to learn new things that you're making those games, but you're also not getting bogged down by thinking like, well, I've got to learn all this other stuff too before I can make a game. So you're not spending the next 2 years learning before you actually start making something. So I suggest just like diving in with a tiny project or nothing in mind at all, and just make whatever you can within the constraints of what you already know. And then your knowledge will tenfold every single project you learn or you do. And then the next project you can add that more stuff in, and like, yeah, it's also kind of cool. I don't know if I recommend this, and definitely like don't plan this out, but a lot of people say like start really small, like a teeny tiny project, like remake Asteroids or something, you know. But I actually think starting with a project that's just like completely open and then just adding on to it over like the course of a year while you're learning is also really fun. Even if that project has no hope of like being like ever being commercial or ever like making money or whatever, that's fine. You're just playing, right? It's like a sandbox. It's like a big dev sandbox where you're like adding onto a game and like learning new features and new systems and new tools as you go. And I think that's a really good way to go about it. That's kind of what Swords and Magic was for me. So my main project was my first project in Unreal Engine. I mean, I did like a little like tinkering project where I was like, can I work in Unreal Engine? How do these blueprints things work? Like, is this going to be cool? And when I figured that out, I was like, okay, I'm going to do a test project. So I started a new game. I call it Adventure Platformer. And the goal was, I just want to get a character moving around. So I had a degree in 3D art. So I was already doing 3D modeling at the time. So I modeled up the dumbest character I could think of, which is like this cubic, like little cubey looking character with like a square head and like a square body and like no hands, like super simple. And I was like, okay, cool. Here's a character done. Let me just throw a quick texture on it. And then I tossed it into Unreal Engine and I learned how to get him moving and jumping and running. And then I was like, okay, now what? Now I want to make him like pick up an item so I can like hold a sword or something. So I just like modeled the sword real quick and threw it in the engine. And then I got it so I could pick up the sword. Then I was like, I need a little inventory so I can pick up potions now. So I made potions and I made an inventory, and I just kind of like use that as like a game, you know, like I made a game out of it, but it was like, I didn't know where I was going next. I had no roadmap. I had no plans. I was just doing whatever sounded like fun. And because of that, and I was also live streaming around this time too. I started live streaming. Because of all that, I just kept going. And then pretty soon, like, the game was like actually good and people were like enjoying watching it, and I had a following on YouTube and a following on Twitch and everything. And then pretty soon it was like, well shit, I accidentally made a game. I didn't mean to make a game. I was just trying to play around and it turned into a game. And then it turned into my life because up until that I was working pretty much a dead end job. And then I mean, I did quit my job because to be a stay-at-home dad, because my wife had a much better paying job and we had a kid. So I did do that, so that really helped a lot. But then Swords and Magic like brought me from like, I'm just a nobody indie dev trying to make things work, just trying to like figuring stuff out, and then Swords and Magic became like a career. Like now I do this for a living and I make money doing it. I'm getting paid to do this art right now. So yeah, I highly suggest just playing, right? Just treat it as like you're just playing, because if you try to make it too much of like, I have to get this like I have to learn or watch this tutorial and I have to learn this thing and I have like all this huge roadmap of stuff I've got to do to make this game happen, you're not going to be having fun. And if you're not having fun, it's really easy to burn out and just get bored and move on to something else. I think I've got the basics down because I'm currently working in IT. Oh, nice. Cool. I've been stuck in like working on a project for a week with like 4+ hours a day. Huge scopes too. Yeah. Also, I really like building maps, even though I'm not good at it yet. My dream is to make a game for a living. Hopefully I can get there sometime. Yeah, it's definitely doable. I mean, I've been making games since 2006. That's when I graduated high school. And right out of the high school, I was like, I want to make video games. My friends and I like started brainstorming an idea for a game in high school. And we all took drama together. So when we weren't like doing our rehearsals, we were just sitting like in the audience, whatever, like on the stage or off stage, whatever, we would just brainstorm this game idea. And the game idea, looking back on it, is absolutely insane. We were calling it Identity, and it was basically a life sim that just you could do anything in. Like one of my friends was like, oh man, there's gonna be a whole military aspect, so you can go into the military and you like get shipped overseas and you like go into war and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be so sick. And for some reason I had in my head that I thought it'd be really cool to be a filmmaker in this game. So I was like, we're gonna have a video camera you can buy and you can shoot your own movies and like share them with other players. And it was gonna be an MMO. It was this insanely scoped game, like literally impossible to make this game probably. But we were obsessed with it. And so like when I got out of high school, I was like, I love dreaming up game ideas, and I always did for like my little brothers and my cousins and stuff. So it was like kind of a natural fit for me. But yeah, so I was like, I got out of high school and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I went to college for game programming. My grandpa actually really wanted me to go to college, and he thought programming would be a really good idea because he's really on the up and up about technology and stuff. Like he uses ChatGPT and he's like 73. He's a awesome guy. But anyway, so he paid for me to go to school. It was like $3,500 not a semester, like a term. I think it was 4 terms. I don't remember. It was like a trade school. And I dropped that out after like the first like week. Like I was like, this programming stuff is not for me. This is way out of my depth. Like I don't know what I'm doing. And I just couldn't do it. Like my C++ book was like this freaking thick, and I couldn't get through like the first chapter like without like my head hurting. I just couldn't wrap my head around it, and I just wasn't ready to go back to school yet because I just got out of high school. So anyway, but yeah, I've been making games for a long time, and it took a long time before I was like proficient. Like in fact, for most of my game dev career up until like probably a few years ago, I didn't like programming at all. Like I barely touched programming. I did a little bit here and there just to do what I had to do. And for the most part, I worked with other people to do programming, and I just did the art and design stuff. And then something clicked in Blueprints for me. And it was like one day I just realized like, oh, this is how this works. And then ever since then, I've just been like obsessed with it. Like, I think in most cases, I'd rather be programming than doing art. But I also love doing art. I love doing level design. Level design is so much fun. So that's why I'm actually really glad I wasn't supposed to do level design originally with Warka for this game. And then we decided that instead of doing environment art, I would just handle level design, and I could use this awesome art kit. And this art kit is freaking amazing, and it's so much fun to work with. And I'm very tempted to buy it. Like as soon as this project is over, I might be buying this art kit so I can make a different game with it, because it's really fun to work with. I don't like this waterfall. Players are never gonna see this thing, but sorry about the cheesy Sims music too. Just realized how prominent that was. Looks better. Again, players will probably never ever look at that waterfall. You can't really even see it anywhere except like right here. Anyway, but yeah, anyone can make games. You just have to be passionate about one aspect of it. Passionate enough about one aspect of it. Sorry, World of Warcraft's a little too loud. Anyway, but yeah, I gave up on programming, and it took me a long time before I actually got back into making games. Like I was making games in RPG Maker for a long time. That's kind of where I started. I actually made an MMO in RPG Maker. It was called Ever Sorrow Online. And then it got changed to Age of Exiles, I think. Age of Exile. And IGN featured us in a like popular upcoming MMOs article. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be famous. This is crazy. I can't believe that IGN thinks our game is cool. And it got like way over my head, or I got too much into my head about it. And I mean, let's be real, I was stealing art from like other people's projects without permission. I was stealing music from like YouTube and stuff. Like I was not making a game the right way at all. And so I'm really glad that game didn't go any further, because I probably would have got sued or something. But I got an MMO working in RPG Maker, and it was crazy. I think we had like 15 people test at one point, and that was like the most. But yeah, I was running it on Hamachi and on my grandparents' internet in Star Valley, Wyoming, which is this little teeny tiny dinky town with the worst internet you can possibly think of. Like it was about a quarter of the speed of everywhere else in the country at the time. So trying to get people to connect was a nightmare, but it was fun. And yeah, then I like joined a band and got a job and did all this other stuff. And then when I was like 26 or so, yeah, 26, we had our daughter. And that's when I was like, I'm going to take this game development thing seriously. Like, this is my dream, and I keep coming back to this. I'm just going to do it. And I did. It worked out eventually, but it was a lot of freaking work. And I got really lucky too. Our Kickstarter launched right as like the pandemic was like hitting, and I think a lot of people were like looking for new games, and so we had a lot of luck there, I think. So I'm very distracted. We need to get focused on what we're doing. I decided randomly that we were going to test this route again and make sure you can actually get down it, because I believe this route is very difficult. You have to jump off that, and then you got to slam on the brakes so you don't go careening off this one too. Maybe you could actually, maybe just ramping off there is actually the way to do it. Oh no, I just crashed the engine. I forgot to do God mode. I gotta fix that. There's a weird bug right now. Work is doing programming. Something in C++ didn't get pushed, and so every time I get a disease in the game, the game crashes. So I have to turn on God mode whenever I test to make sure I don't get that. And I forgot that time. I'm 34, graduated from Full Sail with game design degree. My man, or woman, I don't know. Sorry. I also graduated from Full Sail, but for game art. A year or two ago, and I've been building my game recently. That's awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Man, you're good. Okay. I say that sometimes, and then someone's like, I'm not a man. And I'm like, oh, sorry. And then I just feel bad, so. Anyway, yeah, Full Sail was awesome. There's like, I don't know. I think if I mean, obviously if I knew now if I knew now back then, how do I say that? Whatever. I wouldn't have gone to school in the first place because I would already know what I was doing. But looking back, part of me thinks that it was kind of a waste of time and money. Because like I learned a lot of stuff and it was cool. But there's also the issue of like a lot of the stuff I learned was like through YouTube videos, right? Like the instructors were just like, hey, here's a YouTube video, so you should follow along. Because that's like how I learned a lot of the stuff. And I think if I could go back and do it again, I'd probably would have gone a different route. Maybe just like found some like courses or something. I don't know. But I think the structured learning helped me a lot. And I don't know if I would have actually got through it. And I graduated valedictorian and got like course director awards and some other achievement awards and stuff. So that was really cool. So I guess I can't complain too much. Okay, I did God mode this time. We're going to try to just ramp off this thing. Oh, God. Okay, note to self. That is not the way to do it. But you know what? I have a wagon at the bottom now, and I'm not dead, so I'm in God mode too, so I might have actually died. Okay, let's try again. I was so annoyed by that for the C++ stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I've been making games in Unreal Engine for a long time. I probably made 10 games. I mean, only one was like commercially released. One was a horror game that got played by Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, which was huge. That was really cool to see. And it was before Swords of Magic launched, I believe, so that was like really crazy for me. But I've learned that I think blueprints are like hands down the way to go. Like, I do think C++ has its place if you're making a big game, but if you're just an indie dev like trying, oh God, if you're just an indie dev trying to like, oh, now I'm stuck in the ground. This is excellent. Okay, let's try again. I think this area might be too hard. We might have to dumb this down a little bit. But if you're like an indie dev trying to make a game and it's not like, you know, the next Skyrim or something, like, I just don't think you need C++ for almost anything. I've used it a little bit in Swords of Magic. We do have a little bit of C++. It is a C++ project because you'd have to have a C++ project to do dedicated servers. But yeah, like we didn't need it. There was, seriously? Okay, maybe I can save this. Oh, maybe. Okay. We're okay. I used C++ for one thing recently where it was like, oh god. Okay, I don't think this is possible. Like, there's no way a player is gonna do this like their first time and be like, cool. They're gonna end up dying. Okay, let's I like this one. I like jumping off here. I like going down this big hill, but I'm thinking maybe we just make this a big ass hill you go down. You just like bomb this hill. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I also like this whole like intricate like weaving back and forth and like being very careful going down this hill. And I like this little jump here. But maybe from there it's like this is just a little too crazy. I'm gonna get rid of this. We're just gonna put some rocks in here. This is a cool idea, and I like that there's like some structure and stuff in here, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're just gonna use some rocks. Let's just use this piece because it's really good as a ramp. Honestly, let's do this. Because that's kind of crazy. I don't know. That might be a really tight corner with that there in the way. Maybe we can do like some smoothing on this. Wrong landscape. There we go. Nope. Nope. I want to like build like a slope on this. Maybe. So when you like fall down this one, do we even want to fall down that one? Maybe that's not even a good idea. I'm just thinking like then you like can go up here and then you kind of back down. I don't know, maybe not. I'll have to hop off for the night. Oh, what's the name of the game? Oh, the one was played by Markiplier. Sorry. Join your Discord. Cool. Welcome in. If you're still here, Shadow, it's called Isabel, and it was actually before the Animal Crossing game came out, where Isabel was like a main character or something in it. I don't know. Anyway, it's a horror game. It's like 10 minutes. It's not crazy. It was a game jam game. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up too. It's been 2 hours. I'm ready for lunch. I still have to pee, and I need to get like this is fun, and I'm loving working on environment or level design, and we're getting close to getting through this level, and then we've got one more biome to do. But I need to get some character stuff done today, and Jana's not feeling good, so I want to like take care of Quinn while I'm doing that. So I'm gonna go work on my iPad for a little bit. So let's call this a day. Let's get you over to Warka. We're gonna go raid Warka. I forgot to pull up my stream manager, so I probably missed a bunch of stuff too. Just follows looks like. Okay, we'll go raid Orca. And I will see you guys on Thursday. We'll probably be doing more level design. Hopefully we'll be in the mountains, the mountain region by then, and we'll be mapping out that path. If not, we'll still be here probably. We might be polishing this area if I do work on character stuff tomorrow and today. So anyway, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Yeah, Moon, you have a good night too. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.